ready for this?
Yep.
Okay, it's going to be weird because it's different.
Right,
you know?
it's not.
It's not a Motu Classics.
Yeah.
Right? Hey everybody, welcome to a
video.
A video review of a figure. Actually, it's a 1989 Batman.com figure spotlight. Or item spotlight. Or just a 1989 Batman.com video spotlight. Right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Okay, so little explanations here. For those of you that are, subscribers to our channel, or that have watched Blaze and I do Motu Classics reviews, this is old hat to you. You know the story. I'm James Sawyer, otherwise known as Sala online. This is my son Blaze, and we review Motu Classics figures, yada yada yada, right?
Yep.
This isn't a Motu Classics figure we're reviewing, though. We have other toys. Every once in a while we'll get something else, and this figure especially means a lot to me, so we thought it'd be cool to do a video review, and some other people online asked us to do a video review of it, so that's why this is here. If you're getting here from some other route, like from 1989batman.com, or just searching YouTube for review of this figure, that's the deal. I review with him, so we show both generations of collectors. What are you looking at over there?
Nothing.
It gets a little crazy sometimes. I have two kids. We have Blaze, who is 9, and then I've got another son who's Keaton.
And he's 4 right now, but on Tuesday he's gonna turn 5.
Correct. And so sometimes he'll pop in on the videos and things. So if he shows up or some craziness happens, that's what that's all about. Okay, so a little bit of backstory for people that are wondering why we're not doing, why this isn't a He-Man figure reviewing, where this figure came from, or why we're reviewing this, whatever. When I was growing up, I had a few sort of wish list toy lines that I really, really wanted. Ghostbusters, the movie figures, which now I have through Matty Collector. They're not the greatest figures in the world, but at least it's a toy line. Christopher Reeve Superman. I have that now thanks to Hot Toys, and we'll do a review on that soon. But we really wanted to crank this one out first to see how this would go. You may be getting out of camera, so you want to scoot just a little bit over to
And
me.
it's one of your most specialist.
It's super special to me. And then the other one, the main one for me, was a toy line, a really insanely cool toy line, based on the 1989 Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson Batman film. There's been toys made for this film over the years. There was a Toy Biz line when I was a kid, which was pretty mediocre. And then there was the Kenner Dark Knight collection, which again reused a lot of Superpowers parts and tweaked them a little bit. But still wasn't exactly what I wanted. I wanted something really, especially as I got older, I wanted something that was really movie accurate, like a 6-inch line or 12-inch line or something like that. And it just didn't seem like it was ever going to happen.
Right.
Hot Toys comes along and they're doing these insanely great 12-inch figures based on these different movies. I didn't really collect 12-inch figures that much, so I haven't really picked up that much Hot Toys stuff. I have the Nanjin from SideshowCollectors.com, the Nanjin Star Trek set, the custom set, and I bought Hot Toys bodies for those, so I became familiar with the Hot Toys body, and I thought, wow, this is really cool. But still, there wasn't a license that made me go, I have to have that. I bought Sideshow Star Wars, so I bought those 12-inch figures, but there wasn't anything Hot Toys really that I had gone, I have to have that. Then they announced the Christopher Reeve Superman, and I said, I have to have that. That I have to have. That's one of my toy wish lists from when I was a kid. And then they announced the 89 Batman, and that was it. I have to have 89 Batman stuff. I don't have anything really special for me for 89 Batman, and that movie means so much to me. When I was a kid, and I'm sorry I'm just talking on you here, Blaze.
Oh, that's alright.
When I was a kid, in the year of 89, I was turning 11 that year, and so that movie was I was the perfect age for that movie. It was, I was just moving past my kid years into sort of my teenage years, but I still had imagination and all these things. So the 89 Batman was perfect, and that summer was the biggest movie summer of all time. There's nothing like that nowadays. That was a huge blockbuster.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, it was a huge blockbuster. I've told Blaze all about this and what a crazy summer it was. There was people with bats shaved into their head. You couldn't walk anywhere without seeing a Batman shirt. It was huge. There's nothing like that nowadays. I feel bad for people that didn't experience that summer because it was insane. So I've grown up really loving that movie, and I love Batman Returns. I just love the Michael Keaton Batman. I don't think the Christian Bale Batman holds a candle to the Michael Keaton Batman, and I'm sorry if that doesn't make me popular with what I'm saying right now, but I'm sorry, it doesn't. And the Nolan films, they spend way too much time being realistic and making it fit the real world, whereas the Burton Batman films still make it a comic book. It's dark, but it still feels like a comic book. So that movie means a lot to me. There's no movie I've really held back from Blaze other than, R-rated movies or stuff that's really bad. Except for that 89 Batman. I've held that back until he turns 11, so he's the same age I was. So you can really appreciate it, and he gets that first time of watching it. You're really looking forward to watching it. Yeah, you can't wait to see it. So he hasn't seen that or Batman Returns, but he has to wait until he's 11 to watch them.
Right.
Okay, so that's the big backstory. Oh, one last thing. Just to show you how much the Christopher Reeve Superman film, the Christopher Reeve Superman films and the Michael Keaton Batman films mean to me. When my wife, Bobby, was pregnant with our second child, we had a bet going. She was sure it was a girl. I was sure it was a boy. And we're going to get to the figure, I promise. But this is all backstory. I was sure it was a boy, so we had a bet. Whoever was right got to name the kid, and I won. So Keaton's name is Keaton Christopher Sawyer. Keaton's from Michael Keaton. Christopher's from Christopher Reeve. So that shows you how much these films mean to me.
Sawyer's just our last name.
Sawyer's just our last name. Anyway, onto the figure. So this is a DX. I've never had a Hot Toys DX, because Superman isn't a DX. Here is the Michael Keaton Batman. DX09. It's amazing. I cannot believe how great this figure is. First, he comes with this base. We're going to get the other things out of the way first. He comes with this base, which is really cool. It's got these lights on it, and they kind of have this rotation to them. And Hot Toys does these stands that kind of clip down around the pelvic region, so it doesn't grip around the figure's waist, and it says Batman DX. A lot of people complain that the yellow bat is on the... It's backwards, sort of yellow on black. I'm okay with it, though. I think it's still cool looking.
I think, I've seen that in other stuff, because
sometimes it's reversed.
In the Scooby-Doo Batman cartoon, they kept messing up.
That's a good point.
There was black and yellow, yellow and black. They just kept messing up.
Exactly. So sit that over there for me, would you, bud?
Yep.
We'll show the box next, because we'll save kind of when we talk about the figure, because that's going to take a while. This is the box. It's kind of minimalist, especially when compared to that Superman box. That Superman box is crazy. It's this giant S. We'll talk about that.
It would have been cool if they did something similar to
like
that.
A big bat symbol?
Bat symbol.
That would have been cool. It would have been cool. But this is a DX. I don't really collect Hot Toys, so I don't know what the DX boxes usually are like. This could be standard boxes. It flaps open. It's kind of held on with magnets. It's got an advertisement for the Batmobile 1/6 scale along the side. And then this opens up, and it's got a little bit about, the Michael Keaton Batman films, and, well, I guess that's what it says. I didn't really read it. Yeah, okay, it's a little bit about the 89 Batman. And then you've got this panel, which it says, only one will claim the light, which I don't think that's correct. I think it's only one will claim the night, but that's okay. This pulls off, and then you can hold it in front of a light or something and project a bat signal onto the wall or behind your figure or whatever you want to do. So that panel comes out. Take that panel over there. And then inside, Keaton Batman's not in here right now, but he's situated in here, and then you've got the two extra heads. I hope you can see all this. He's got these two extra heads, and they've made these plastic shell things, so it doesn't look like just two mouths sitting there. It actually looks like Batman heads. And it's got the battle damage one and the kind of smirking, smiley type one. Take that panel and sit over there, would you?
You know what I think is cool about this?
What's that?
It's still cool, the packaging where they show that picture. It's sort of like a darker...
Yeah, it's cool. It's got a picture of the Batman on the front. And I'm sure the Joker's going to be the same way. I haven't seen the Joker box, but I'm assuming it'll be the same way. It'd be kind of cool if it was covered in, ha-ha-ha's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Though. So anyway, he's sitting here, and his cape is separate from him when you get it. And he's got, this tissue around his belt and all these things. And then you've got all his extra hands. He comes with an additional 3 sets of hands, so an additional 6 hands. With the ones that are already on him. Inside this little spot here are extra little fin things for his gauntlets. And underneath there are 2 little ball things to put into the... You right there, bud?
Yeah, I'm just...
You right?
Yeah, my head's itching.
Oh, so there's a couple of little extra wrist joint things for you to plug into the hands. And I didn't know they were under there when I was doing all the pictures with my wife. So be aware that they're under there. It makes it much easier to switch out the hands if you put those 2 extra ones on an extra set of hands, because it's sometimes tough to get that peg out of the hand. So underneath this thing, it's coming out unprepared. Okay, there you go. Take that, would you?
Yep.
Oh, don't flip it that way. You're losing the hands.
And mask.
Oh boy.
I'll fix it.
Okay. So underneath that is a tray that has all the accessory type stuff in there. And we'll kind of talk about the accessories too first, because we should really save the figure for last, because that's the big Rambo. So underneath that is this tray, and it's got all the accessories, and it's got, you know, his cape, and then the instructions, and all these things.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. Accessories, he's got a Batarang, and you'll get better views of these in the pictures we put up, the still pictures at, like I said, 1989batman.com. We'll have the whole review on there. He's got a Batarang, which has a string attached to it and a small metal ring. That's pretty cool. You know, just kind of sit that stuff over there.
That in the box.
He's got the grapple, the gauntlet grapple launcher thing. This is really cool. It just kind of sits over the hand, and these open up, and it's got a little spring in between for that scene where he gets in the Flugelheim Museum. Now, some of these accessories don't really appear in the movie. They're more from the books and stuff, you know, that they showed things that were going to be in the movie but didn't quite make the movie. And some of them actually are from the movie. Of course, we got this harpoon/line launcher thing from the movie. It comes in two pieces, just like the one in the movie. You plug it in, and then this little side piece flips out, and it goes into his hand. I don't have that hand on him right now, but there's a hand that's molded open so they can hold it like a gun. Then you flip this closed, and you pull this piece out, and we'll bring the Batman over here. It's got a little magnet inside the belt, or a little piece of metal for the magnet, and it just kind of like, if you can get it to go, it just sits there and just hangs on through a magnet. And then the other piece has a little black clip that you put in so you can have both pieces on the belt, just like in the movie. So there's the grapple/harpoon gun thing. That thing's really sweet.
Like, just hearing more stuff about this movie is making me want to see it more.
Dude, it's amazing. He's got two of these little ninja stars. There's one of them. Again, you'll see better views of all this stuff on the site. It's tough to do this in video. I'm just getting kind of a feel of stuff. The time bomb, which is pretty small, but you'll see it in the pictures. He's got the little remote thing he calls the Batmobile with. Stop. And then he's got 3 of these clear smoke pellets. I almost dropped it. Whew. 3 of these clear little smoke pellets. And then he's got the little hand cheese grater is what I called it when I was a kid. This thing that pops out of his hand and, like, you know, when the guy's jumping down at him and it hits him, that goes into his wrist area. So that's all, I believe, the accessories. Can I have that Batarang back and that gauntlet back? I'll put these back in here.
You just want me to give you all these accessories back?
It's just 2,
that's
right?
all you got.
Yeah.
Me.
So let me put those back in there. Insanely good job on these accessories. I think they're really, really well done. And then, oh, he's got these 2 rods, and we'll look at these when we look at the figure. These 2 rods insert into the cape, so you can do the kind of arms out cape
thing.
Oh,
that's kind of cool.
All the hands, there's really no reason to look at all the hands. You'll see a picture of them online. But he comes with a multitude of different hands. You know, one's for gripping the larger stuff like the harpoon/grapple gun, fists, an open hand for when he does that cheese grater thing I just talked about. And then he's got ones that are kind of closed like this to hold the rods, things like that. Let me get you want to grab that other, can you get that other head? Well, don't worry about the other head. I'm just going to show him how the heads switch. So this is how they come. They come on this thing, the 2 extra heads that just kind of sets away.
Cool.
It's really neat. It's a nice detail they put in there.
That's what made me think that there was multiple different heads where his whole head popped
I know,
up.
it looks like there is, but there's not. Okay, so let's look at him. So amazing.
Cool.
He's so cool. The suit is all like a rubber material. It's a thickish rubber, but it's not so thick that you can't move him at all. He still has a good amount of joints going on. He can still move his body all around. You can get some good poses out of him. It is somewhat restricted because of the rubber, but I mean, what else are you going to do? I'd rather have this fully rubberized suit than have something that's half fabric and just doesn't look right. The cape has sort of a pebbly texture on the outside, and then the front panel, the first one on the inside has it, and then the rest is sort of just like a silky material. Not really silk, but feels silky. But you can do a ton of stuff with this cape. It actually is a separate piece. You pop the head off when you first have him, and you have to put it on there. So you can display him without the cape if you wanted to. And you can fold back and do those scenes. There's wires that run throughout the cape, along the bottom and along these 2 pieces here. Like the front piece here has a wire, this piece here has a wire, and then the whole thing has wire. So you can get a lot of weight and heft to the cape. Because one of the things about the movie is his cape looked really heavy. And I'm sorry, Blaze, I'm just like talking all over you, but you haven't seen the movie, and you know it's tough for you to kind of chime in on these things.
Yeah.
But anything you want to say, just chime in on. So he's got you know, the molded rubber armor, but it still looks segmented like it does in the movie. What are you saying?
I was gonna say but I've never seen the movie, so I can stop there.
Well, you've seen pictures. You know what that looks like.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can't get a ton of movement out of him because of that rubber. But I mean, look at this. You can get some really good kind of poses out of him. There's not a lot you can do with the head, but again, Keaton couldn't do a lot with his head in the movie. He had more turn his whole body, which I think worked. A lot of people complain about that, but I think it's fine. But you can still get a lot of, you know, posing and different looks out of him, especially with his cape and the way you can kind of drape it on his arms and things like that. I mean, it's just an incredible figure.
I've seen pictures of that Batman, and it looks exactly like the pictures. It is so detailed.
It's insane, and the face sculpt is amazing. You'll get to see this better in the pictures that we post, as opposed to this video. But you can actually see like that Keaton wore like a black eye makeup underneath the mask, and you can actually see that it looks kind of like black eye makeup. It doesn't just look like a flat black paint. Another thing about the DX is, I don't know if they all have this, but Superman does not have this since he's a regular standard movie master or whatever, movie masterpiece. But with Batman being a DX, this back panel comes off of his head.
Oh, that's cool.
And it has a little joystick inside here. And you can see this, Blaze, but you can see how his eyes shift from side to side.
That's cool.
It's almost creepy how real it is. It's really amazing. And then that just snaps back on. There's a bit of a seam where that is, but with the Keaton Batman mask, I'm okay with a seam here or there. You know.
Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, let me show the switch out. Well, you can think about it, and I'll show the switch out mask. So the bottom portion of the face, like I said, has 3 different faces, and those just kind of just peel off of there, and then they just, again, with the magnet, same as the back of the head, they just pop in, and they just, you can't even tell that they come off. It's amazingly well done. Back to these rods. I want to show this too. Do you think what you're going to say?
Yeah, I know.
What are you going to say?
Like I was saying, like, I have, like, toys, and, well, there's differences in the toys, but, like, there's, like, similar...
Hang on one sec. Don't forget it. What's up, Keaton?
I got the guy that I'm fighting right now, but I can't get him because he's up with no eyes.
Well, we're almost done with this video, and then we'll come help you, okay? Sound good?
Yes.
All right. We're going to have to wrap this up pretty soon. But go ahead, what you're saying.
Okay, well, there's some similarities to, like, Justice League Batman and stuff, but it's a little different, but it's cool, because, like, I can see, like, some of the details I have on my Justice League toy, like the spikes on his head.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like just the regular details that you can see on a Batman. The 89 Batsuit, I think, is the closest of the live-action Batsuits to what Batman really wore. As the films went on, and I love the return suit, as the films went on, though, the costumes became a little bit more and more further from what Batman is. To the point where the Christian Bale Batman suits are more just like, I don't know, like...
Which one's Christian Bale?
He's the new one, Batman Begins the Dark Knight.
Oh.
Where it looks more like a motorcycle outfit or something. I don't know. This look, to me, is Batman. So about those rods, you insert them in here, and he's got those other hands that you pop off. I don't know if I have those hands ready to go or what. Yeah, I do have one. The hands pop off. Like I said, you want to put those 1 balls on the ones you use the most.
You know, if I ever had this figure, I'd use the fists, because I sort of like the punching type pose, since he doesn't, like, use weapons. I like the idea of him doing the punch.
I totally agree. I mean, the punching is really where it's at. But there's these open hands here that are slightly open, and you put the rod in, and he has this. And then actually in the film, he uses these type of things to hold the cape up. Like when he drops down on the 2 criminals on the rooftop.
That's cool.
What are you? So each one has a pole. I didn't switch out the other hand. But it gives you that look that is just stellar. I think it's amazing.
You just mentioned the where are you? I mean,
what are you? You have seen that part.
I love that when I was little. I love that.
You said that all the time.
Like, and I was playing with you and Mom. I was like, I'm Batman, and like pretend to throw you and stuff.
It's a classic line.
I love seeing that part. Like, it was cool.
It's very cool.
So
I can't wait for you to watch the whole movie.
So
it's next year.
So it's kind of like, let's say, like a little bit of a trailer to me.
Yeah.
And, like, I've seen the suit a little, so I kind of know what it looks like.
Yeah, you're familiar with what he looks like, for sure. Because, I mean, we've got books and cards and all that stuff floating around. And there's no mistaking that this is the Michael Keaton Batman. I mean, if you're on the fence about this figure, I know it's a lot of money. Sideshow will have it in stock soon. They said that they're going to have it in the next 24 days. It is $240, which is pretty steep. It's pretty steep. I paid a little more for mine because I wanted to get it. I've waited 23 years for this figure. I could not wait any longer. I know that seems weird and impatient, but when you've waited for a figure this long, and this really means this much to me, I had to have him right now. I don't often do that where I have to have it right now, but this figure I made the exception.
Like,
I'll wait on Joker until Sideshow's got him. I'll wait on the Batmobile until Sideshow's got him.
that
Waited on Superman.
Is the Joker and the Batmobile, or are they like from the same movie he is, or did they do different designs on
No,
it?
from the same.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then they've also announced they're doing Batman Returns at the end of the year, which has the Keaton Batman from Batman Returns, and then Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, and Danny DeVito Penguin. But yeah, so this is $240. It is a piece of art, though. I mean, it's amazing, amazing figure. If you are a fan of this movie and you want a high-end collectible to display and show off, this is the one to have. It's amazing. I can't say enough good stuff about it.
I'd like to say, like, I heard so much about the movie. You've been telling me how much you like it. I've seen a couple of trailers and stuff. I was like, out of all the movies, this one looks the coolest so far.
It's an amazing film.
Like, I watched the Mr. Freeze one. Like, I liked it when I was little, but I don't really like it anymore.
They're good for kids. Batman Forever and Batman and Robin are pretty good for fun for kids, but Batman and Robin is pretty terrible, but a kid could maybe get enjoyment out of it.
Right, but
they just became progressively more geared towards kids.
As I get
toys.
older, I'm starting to like it less and less. I don't like it as
You're
much
gonna
now.
be, you're starting to realize what Batman's really all about.
Right.
And the Keaton Batman film is really kind of what Batman's all about. A lot of people say, oh, well, he might, he uses the lethal force in the film. But, they're basing it more off of Batman's early appearances where he did use a gun and he did use lethal force.
It's not like he uses the gun to kill. He has them on the weapons and the one that trying to just scare the bad guys away.
Yeah, exactly. He's more using them to break through doors, and he did drop a bomb. But okay. So anyway, we're going off on a tangent. I don't want to ruin anything from the film for you. So this is him, 1989 Hot Toys Batman. We hope you guys enjoyed this look at him. Go to 1989batman.com and take a look at the pictures to have a look at what we talked about here. Closer views and things like that. If this is your first Hot Toys product, this is what you have to look forward to. It's amazingly well done. It's phenomenal. We'll take a look at Superman maybe in a week or so and give him a look-see, and then when Joker comes through, we'll do a Joker video. And then we'll continue to do these as each of the Burton Batman figures come out.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, like, the Batmobile, I bet it's going to be amazing.
The Batmobile looks phenomenal. I'm still waiting for a price, but as soon as they get a price, maybe we'll... I'm going to have to get it.
It's definitely going to be more than that.
Oh, it's going to be more.
300, 400.
Oh, it's going to be more than that, I think. I think 500 is going to be the minimum it is. It's probably going to be more than that, even. Yeah, don't tell Mom. So, anyway, that's it for the Hot Toys 1989 DX09 Michael Keaton Batman.
I have a question before we leave.
Yeah.
What does the DX stand for?
I don't know. I don't collect them. I think it's deluxe, maybe? I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not that into Hot Toys. I don't really know a lot about them. This is a new experience for me. I have, like I said, the Christopher Reeve Superman, but this DX thing with all the moving eyes and all that stuff, totally new for me.
And it's
blew me away, though.
Like, maybe the DX means, like, maybe, like, more, details, more,
Could
like...
be. Like I said, like a deluxe type thing.
But, yeah, it's cool how in the DX thing they let, like, his eyes move.
Oh, it's amazing.
It'd be cool if they let, like, Joker do that, because
Joker does it, too.
Because
He's a DX
he's
as
like
well.
one of those ones that kind of do that stuff more than Batman would.
Yeah, the eye movement really helps on this because of the way the head is. You can't get a lot of movement, so the eye movement is really essential. But for Joker, too, you get a lot of crazy looks out of Joker, like smiling off to the side and things like that.
Like,
that's perfect.
Like, I've seen different pictures of Joker. I didn't know if they have this with him. But do they have, like, this mouth where his mouth is sort of, like, bleeding or anything?
No, they only got one head with Joker. But he comes with more outfit stuff. But we'll get into that when we get to the Joker actually gets here. We'll do a whole other video for him. Cool. Did you have fun doing this? If you guys want to see us do more non-He-Man videos, we don't collect a whole lot besides He-Man.
Right.
This is an exception. We've got like the NECA Ninja Turtles and some of the Bandai Thundercats. We don't do a whole lot of toys other than this. But if you enjoyed this and you want to have us look at other figures that we might have, we'll do some more figures.
Yeah, you can just tell us.
Just tell us.
Like, you can even have at least like a request about Ninja Turtles or something.
Yeah, you can even like the NECA Ninja Turtle. I'd probably do that one.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll sign off on this because this is way long so far. I'm surprised anybody that stuck around. Congratulations if you stuck around. So, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the 1989batman.com video spotlight. Can't say good journey because it's not He-Man.
I was going to say
So,
journey.
We'll say,
I'm Batman.
Well, I'm not Batman. We'll just say bye. How about we just say bye? Bye! See you guys. Good journey!